twist arms again, we're going to hit up our friends. We have this negative connotation with this, right? Well, today I'm going to try to shift your framework a little bit to say, you know what, this could be an opportunity to give people a chance to do something great and feel good about it. And this could be a year that we're really centered on donors and what we can do for them. And I thought the best way to demonstrate this is with a real live donor. We have one in the room. Bring up Norman Holmes from El Paso Corporation. The fact that Norman is here in the first place is a shock because, believe it or not, he has 250 people in a lunchroom of his top clients waiting for him to show up for a program. So he's missed the lunch, and if I don't have him out of here in just a few minutes, he's going to be in big trouble.
I'm leaving anyway.
You're leaving anyway. Just committed to the why, he'll do anything. Norman is the president of El Paso Corporation, next to the Shades Valley Y. He and Tom Patterson, Tom, raise your hand, woo, Tom, are co-chairing the capital campaign that's been such a huge success. But I think that Norman's story is just, I could put all these slides up, but I think him telling a story about how he was approached, how that experience was for him and his employees, really demonstrates what we're trying to do here. Are you ready? Okay. So, Norman, I wanted you to share with this lovely group how you were approached in the first place and kind of what was your reaction to that approach?
Well, let me just start out. We were downtown forever. We moved out 2 years ago out to Homewood, Lakeshore. And when we moved out there, we really wanted to do something for the area we were moving to. So we wanted to do something in the community. And it happened that the YMCA was just right across the street from us. We were very active in the Y downtown, had a lot of employees there, so we moved out there, a lot of the members moved out. And we had an employee at the company that was on the board, and I talked to him about setting up a face-to-face with the Y, and so we set that up, and they showed me what they had.
Okay, here's the real story. What happened?
Are you going to interpret everything?
Can you turn off his mic? I go in and Cham's calling. He's like, Julie, you know, Jim calls. We've got a capital campaign. We've got to get it off the ground. And Cham calls me and he says, Julie, there's somebody that wants to give, and I'm not sure if we're ready to take gifts yet. I mean, do we have the paperwork? I'm like, take the check, take the... but it was Norman Holmes. So lesson number one out of this, there are folks out there that want to give, that are looking for opportunities. They're sitting right across the street from the Y, and they're in there in the Y working out every day. So we say, well, Hank Holitz, did I say the last name right? He's on the board. So second lesson out of this is there's a board connection with this major company in town. So you guys and the boards you sit on in that sphere of influence makes a difference. So, you know, Norman came to the Y and said, I want to give. Norman said, I want to give you $25,000. And we're ready to sign up the pledge card, right? So I said, well, why don't we go sit down with them and really find out what it is they want to do and what the possibilities might be. Talk about the follow-up with that and kind of what ensued from there.
Well, I'll tell you, and then I guess you'll correct me. But we met with Julie and actually Cham and others, and they sat down and they went through the capital campaign. And quite frankly, I didn't know all the pieces of the campaign, and they were listening to us, asking, where's your interest? What pieces of this campaign are interested for you? And so a couple of weeks later, after we met with them, they came back and said, we think this might be a good idea that fits your needs, where you're interested. And so they came back, and it really fit well. So we took that, and because it fit so well, we went to our foundation, and we ended up giving a fair amount more than what we initially intended, just because it fit good and we had a lot of employee participation.
So when we're talking today about you all as the top volunteers and the top staff, these are the conversations we want to have. We want to be talking to folks about what they care about, what's the match, and we want them to stop and think about what the possibilities would be. You know, this went from $25,000 to $100,000 gift that was in a whole different realm. It meant you go into bat in Houston, right? And doing a multi-year gift, which is a little different than what they would typically do for this kind of a project. So it changed the scope of the relationship. Talk about now for you what it's meant for you, this gift, and for your employees, and kind of how you're feeling about all of it.
Sure. The Y did a couple of things. One is after we decided to do this, they had a El Paso Day at the Y, and it really was pretty nice. We had a big barbecue. They had a barbecue for us, had all the employees over, and they gave everybody a free pass for a week, and so it was really a good just employee event. The other thing is because we had this event and we got involved with it, and I've got a lot of emails from our employees. They really appreciate us getting involved in our community. So we sort of get where we live kind of thing, and it worked out real well.
So, I guess from there, we go in, and it was the first time, I don't know, Jim, if you all had really even met or had a conversation. So from that giving experience to now co-chairing a major capital campaign was a pretty big leap. Tom grew up in the Y. He lives the Y. He breathes the Y. He was saying, yes, I'm going to help before he was even asked. I mean, he's been involved for that long. Norman's new to the Y, so it was a kind of a first meeting, and the fact that he stepped up now and is that bought into what's going on. So for you all as board members and staff, this is what the potential is. These folks that are on the perimeter a little bit, don't know how much they love you, starting to bring them in, and then you're going to have a person like Norman that went from, I work out at the Y to now he's leading a major effort. So, the spirit of Norman and leadership that's in all of you guys, this is the picture of that joyful giver that we want to have and we want to be focused on when we go out. Anything else? Any advice? Okay, let's talk about fundraising and fundraising advice. How are you've set up a lot of meetings, how are you approaching that, and how has that experience been for you on the fundraising side?
Yeah, for us, that wasn't something you prepared me for to say.
I had to throw in a little zinger.
Our idea is that, we moved out to the area in Homewood that our business is at, and we wanted to participate in activities out there. And so my piece of the campaign has really been just contacting companies that are around us. And so what we've done is set up several meetings and just said, look, we moved out here, we want to be part of the community. You need to be part of the community too. The easy give for this is the YMCA. I mean, everybody's heard of it. It's got a favorable response when you talk about it. And if you just get out there, and what we found, and we've raised almost $1 million, if you just get out there and ask people, it's really not that hard. And it's not something that, I'm embarrassed about. I fully support it, so it's worked out well.
Well, and that's, that's the key as you go out, the fact that Norman has done this. He can say, hey, I did this. Can't you do this? You're in our area too. And I'd say it doesn't matter if it's capital, it doesn't matter if it's annual, whatever it is. This kind of idea of building relationships with folks, leading with your gift, and then going out and helping others works in everything we're doing. Okay, let the record show I got you up even earlier than you thought, so you might even be able to get a lunch that's not in a box. And go enjoy your clients, and thanks again for all you do for the Y.
Thank you.